Hey everybody, I'm here to get you ready to do a run today. I'm going to do all the exercises right along with you, so if you can find a little place to put down your phone, you can follow along with me in real time and we can get ready to run together. We're going to get started with some front side body stretching. So we're going to take a step back into a backward lunge, and then I like to reach that same arm up and then kind of over my body and get a really good front and side of the body stretch. You're going to stretch out that hip flexor, front of the hip, even the quad, and even into your rib cage over here, because you're about to use your lungs and we want to get those nice and opened up. So you're going to switch sides, just hold it for a couple seconds on each side, get a nice little stretch, and then switch back and forth. Make sure that you're getting that kind of like overhead reach. You could also reach with both arms if that's better for stability. This is not going to be super rigid, but we just want to kind of make sure you get that front of your body opened up, front of the quad, hip flexor, all those muscles that you're about to use on your easy run. All right, just a couple more each side. Maybe one more on the left and one more on the right. Hopefully that feels like a nice front of the body stretch for you. All right, next up, we're gonna move it from the front of the body to the back of the body. I want you to stick the leg out and then opposite arm, opposite leg. You're gonna do just like a little toe touch. If you don't reach the toes all the way, no worries. Just kind of reaching towards the toes is awesome. Make sure that if you are going from a sitting or lying down position to doing some of these stretches, that everything is just really gentle. You're not forcing anything or making sure that nothing feels like too intense at this point. You're gonna get into that later, but right now everything should just feel nice, easy, and gentle. And again, you're just like 1 or 2 seconds on each side. We don't want to hold anything for too long, but let's not get too quick with it yet either. We're gonna take these really gradual. So left and right, we're getting our calves and our hamstrings nice and warmed up at this point. Let's do one more each side. I'm not even, as you can tell, I'm not even really counting, just kind of like going by feel. All right, so we got kind of front of the body, back of the body. Next up, we're gonna do some side to side movement. So you're gonna take, let's start with the right side, take a lunge out to the right, get kind of nice and deep here to get some good activation, and then you're gonna pop back up again. So we'll do maybe 5 to the right, pop back up to the middle, and again, you're kind of getting this right quad and glute activation going. We're about to use those muscles. And doing some lateral movement before your run is really great too, to get muscles really activated. Let's do 5 on the left now. Remember that when you're asking your body to go from sitting down or laying down in a stationary position to running, it's gonna need a bit of a transition time. So make sure that you use this time wisely. Even if it's a couple of minutes, it's really gonna help your run feel a lot better. All right, that feels pretty good. Okay, next up, we're gonna go through a little more dynamic movement. This one's gonna be knee hug to the chest, swing it back, grab the foot into a quad stretch. And it kind of moves kind of quickly. The pace of these exercises you might see are gonna build a little bit throughout as we get ready to run. So we'll just do between like 8 or 10 of these. And again, they're kind of quick. Just pop to the knee to the chest for a second, and then grab the foot and pull it to the butt for a second. Just front and back, maybe 8 or 10, both sides. So that was probably 8 or 10 on the left, and now I'm gonna switch to my right. And you can, if you can see here, I usually use my opposite hand to the sky just for a little bit of balance. If you're standing next to a wall or something that you can grab onto, that always helps. But you can also stick your hand out for a little bit of balance. And this one's a little quicker, just to keep getting you ready for that run. All right, that feels good. Okay, our next exercise is gonna get our heart rate up a little bit. And again, this is all just in preparation to make your run feel easier, so that first mile is maybe a little less creaky. So usually jumping jacks are done laterally like this, but I really like a forward and back jumping jack. It feels like a little bit more close to what I do when I run. So it's the same idea. You're popping off both feet at the same time, you're just going forward and back instead of side to side. And then my arms, I just kind of do like normal runner arms, but make sure they're really strong and you definitely like swing them strong side to side. So let's just hold this for maybe like 20 or 30 seconds. And then make sure that you're popping your feet off the ground, getting a really good bounce, and making sure, again, those arms are swinging really strong next to you. We use I like to call these speed arms, as if I'm running really fast. I have really strong arms. And this actually, your arms really do help with your legs as you're running, so don't skip that part. All right, hopefully we're feeling a little bit more bounce in our legs. The last thing that we're gonna do is maybe a little bit alternative, but I call them pogos. And again, this is really to help get that bounce in your legs. It's also gonna get your heart rate up a little bit to, again, make your run feel a little bit smoother so that you're properly warmed up. So a pogo is kind of like if you're jumping rope with invisible jump rope, but the idea is that it's just a little pop off the ground, like so. And you're not really, not really coming off the ground super a lot, but it's definitely, it feels like an explosive pop. So you kind of are building that like power off the ground, because when you're running, you want to pop off the ground like that too. So let's do like another 30 seconds of these little pogo hops. I wonder if anyone has ever done these before. I don't know that a lot of people do these, but they're one of my favorite little run exercises, so I want to share them with you all. Pogos. Only a couple inches off the ground, really. You don't have to worry about a lot of height, but you're just building that pop. And then I usually have my arms right next to me, like runner arms, helping me get that little pop off the ground. All right, that's all I've got for you. Hopefully you're feeling more loose and limber and ready to go. Have a great run.